All right, round two of the college football playoff is tonight. Starting tonight, we got Miami and Ohio State, and tomorrow we have the rest of the games. So I'm going to go ahead and rattle off these picks, try and get these picks out before the game starts. Starting off with Miami, Ohio State, since it's the first game. Ohio State, easy win. I cannot see any scenario where Miami possibly wins. The only way that Miami can really keep this one close is if that defense can stand out like they did against A&M. Because Miami, there's absolutely no way they're going to score more than 14. They might get lucky on 2 long touchdowns or something. But this Ohio State defense is just absolutely suffocating, averaging only 9 points per game. Miami's offense was not spectacular against A&M. Carson Beck only had 120 passing yards. I'd expect them to struggle even more against Ohio State than they did against A&M. So that's an easy one. I think Ohio State take the 9.5. 21-10's kind of score, 24-7, something like that. Definitely going to be under the 40.5, I think, because Miami, there's no way that they score more than 14. So that's an easy one. Then we got the Oregon-Texas Tech game. I have Texas Tech. I picked Texas Tech in my original bracket. This is the matchup that I thought would happen. I'm still going to roll with Texas Tech in this one. Oregon struggled against JMU. You don't want to see a group of 5 team put up 500 yards of offense on your team. No matter what, even though the score at one point was 34-3, I think Oregon definitely let off the gas because they were up so big. Either way, that's a glaring hole for your defense. Meanwhile, Texas Tech had plenty of time to rest. They got to watch the Oregon-JMU game. They got to see what JMU did that worked well against Oregon. And Oregon, at the very least, they had more time, more bang on your body, more rough on you. I'm actually kind of surprised Oregon is the favorite over this Texas Tech team. Texas Tech is just so well-rounded. Great defense, great offense. Should have had a Heisman finalist on the defense in that linebacker position. So I'm going to go with Tech on this one. I'm going to take them to win overall, so that means that they would cover the 2.5. And I think this one will be pretty high scoring. 51.5 is about what I expect the score to be. Something like a 27-24, 31-24, definitely higher 20s. I think this score will go. Two just prolific offenses. But Texas Tech in that one. Then we got the Alabama-Indiana game. This is a tough one to pick, -7.5. Honestly, I thought the spread would be bigger. I like Indiana to win regardless. Indiana's clearly shown that they're one of the best teams in the college football. They were able to beat Ohio State. Defensive slugfest. I'd expect more in this kind of game. Alabama, they were able to put up 34 on that elite Oklahoma defense. However, it was a bit of a lie. Score didn't really tell the whole story. Alabama still didn't have 300 yards total on the game. Oklahoma really just shot themselves in the foot. I think Indiana will be a lot more buttoned up with their Heisman winning quarterback and that phenomenal defense that they have. So I'm going to take Indiana to win. However, I do like Alabama to cover this one, 7.5. Just lose by a touchdown and extra point. I could totally see this happening. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Indiana will definitely be able to bottle up Ty Simpson and get some real good pressure on him. He'll definitely be struggling in this one. And then Alabama's defense, I think they really stepped up with that pressure on John Mateer. They were able to make him make bad decisions, had some big sacks. I think we'll see a lot of the same from Mendoza. And then the line is 47.5. I'm going to take the under on that one. I do not think this one will be high scoring at all. I'm going to say like a 20-14 kind of score, maybe 24-17. That would be more on the high end. So I'm going to take the under regardless. But I like Alabama still to cover, but Indiana to win. I just think Indiana's much more well-rounded team, much more put together, and they're obviously proven with beating the Ohio State team that has that phenomenal defense. And then the last game is Ole Miss versus Georgia, a rematch of the regular season. Georgia won the previous matchup by 8 points, and that was with Lane Kiffin. Obviously, Ole Miss is rolling after they destroyed Tulane, but everyone expected that one. With or without Lane Kiffin, they were just so much better on a talent standpoint. Couldn't really see that one being close regardless. So definitely going to take Georgia this one. I think Georgia's going to win regardless. I think they're going to cover the 6.5. They won by 8 points in the previous matchup. I do think it'll be fairly high scoring, but 55.5 is a crazy line. That does not give me SEC vibes at all. I think this one will be a little bit lower scoring than that. Something like a 31-20 kind of score. Maybe a 31-24. All Georgia has to do is win by 7 to be able to cover, so I really like Georgia being able to cover in this one. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as a lot of people expect. Georgia's defense is really coming into their own. They've played a lot better. Georgia definitely looks like one of the best teams. They definitely have a shot at winning the national championship. I could not say the same thing about Ole Miss. Just so much distractions going on. They're a great team. Would have been awesome to see what they could have done without all these distractions. That offense is totally clicking, so I think they could have a close game and keep this one competitive and interesting to watch. But Georgia, like I said, one of the best teams in college football right now. Hot at the exact moment that you want them to be hot. Their offense has been rolling. Their defense has played solid. So I really like Georgia to be able to cover that one. And I'm going to take the under 55.5 again on that one. So just to go over all my picks, I have Ohio State covering in the under 40.5. Texas Tech covering and winning outright and under 51.5. Then I have Alabama, Indiana. I have Alabama covering, but Indiana winning under 47.5. And then Ole Miss, Georgia covering and winning and going under that 55.5. So that's my 4 picks for this week. Let's hope we go 4-0. I went 3-1 in the previous round 1. I had my full bracket picked out. I got A&M over Miami wrong. It was such an ugly game. Can't even be upset with that one. A&M totally had a chance to win at the game, and then I think it was bad coaching personally. That just not a single running play when you're inside the 5, when his Marcel Reed's rushing ability got you all the way down there. Just very disappointing, very disappointing. But here's to a 4-0 week. I like it. Going into the next round, this is when we finally get some really good competitive games. Teams that are about the same caliber. I think Miami is definitely the odd one out. I think Alabama, there's a chance that one could get ugly, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be really competitive. Cat is tweaking out in the back. All right, but that's all my picks. Best of luck to everybody. Going to be awesome games. Great to have this on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It's a shame we won't get to see another another flashback towards the Ohio State-Georgia game where you had the field goal right at New Year's. That was great. Shame we're not going to get that, but really like the picks this week. Think it's solid. I think we're going to have really good games, really competitive games. It's going to be really fun to watch. So everybody enjoy have a happy New Year's. Best of luck to your 2026. Enjoy some college football on to start our 2026 year,